This is going to be an important video for you if you are planning to run advertisements, if you're planning to go inorganic, and instead of going organic, and since you're already doing organic and stuff like that, now you want to go out there, explore the advertisement world. This is going to be an important video where we are going to talk about 6 checkpoints before you start Facebook advertisements. Thank you so much for joining in this one video. We are going to talk about a lot of things, 8 checkpoints, and welcome to this one video / podcast, how are you listening. And that being said, let us dive into the video. Now, talking about this one, what inspired me to make this one video is for myself, one, and for so many members have been asking, and the mistakes that I've made. Like when I did my first ever Facebook advertisements, I not had all the 6 things ready with me, like what we're going to discuss in today's video or / podcast. I not had any of this ready. And what I did was I was so rushing to make money that I went in, ran Facebook advertisements, I got people as leads inside my list, and I had nothing. I had no email sequence for them, I had no video videos for them, I had webinar presentations ready, but I not had product boxes ready and stuff like that. So we are going to talk about like these 8 things has to be very strategically placed, and we are not going to go in depth before even starting a Facebook advertisements. This is going to be a very important video. Point number 1 is, think about it. You are running advertisements to do what? You're running Facebook advertisements so that people come and attend your workshop, attend your webinars. Now when they do attend that, you need to be having few certain things. For example, if you're opening a shop, a grocery shop, a shop is a business. Your online courses are a business. Now, when you open the shop, it's like brand new launch. You're sending pamphlets, you're doing advertisements, stuff like that, billboards, stuff like that. And when people come inside your workshop, you just have the payment collector. What's that? Is the machine, cash machine. You collect the payment. You just have that one thing. You know biscuits will be sitting here, you know cucumbers will be sitting there, you know the batteries are going to sit over here, you know the chips are going to sit over here, you know the vegetables are going to sit on this part of it, but you don't have them yet. What are you going to sell people? What are you going to pitch? Anything, but you have a vision that things are going to sit here, but you don't have a product. Okay, so that way you don't even have shelves, you don't even have a ceiling fan or something like that. So that brings us to point, like these are the things that you need to have before even running your advertisements. Running an advertisement is a goal where you want people to come and buy from you the things that you already have, and you need to have a proper system with it, you need to have proper tools with it, and so many cool things. Point number 1, first and foremost, you are going to sell people courses. So checkpoint number 1 is you need to be having courses ready with you. If you don't have a product to sell, what are you going to sell? You can sell, you can pre-sell something, but then you need to have a script in front of you, like this is what this course is about. So when you go out there and sell them something, you know exactly what they are going to get towards the end of the day. Not like Hawa Mahal sort of a thing, but then proper, like you're going to learn this. Even if you don't have a course ready, you know exactly the flow of it, and you collect the payment, you make the course, you push them out. But the better way around it is have the course ready instead. Point number 1. Second point is, I cannot emphasize more on this because I have been emphasizing more on this, and this is one of the most common, the most essential part of the whole business that you're doing: YouTube videos. It's like, you'll be like, why YouTube videos? There's like a lot of videos that I've posted on YouTube videos. YouTube channel has to be fired up. YouTube, you need to be having YouTube videos. That brings us to point number 3, so that you can have email sequences with you. YouTube videos, YouTube channel, and email sequences. Now, how does these two connect to each other? You're not just creating YouTube videos, you're creating long-term digital assets, which are not priority based, but then which are ultimately relevant to what you're doing, what you're coaching, what you're teaching, what your business is about, and how is it going to help your audiences, how is it going to help your cold, warm, hot audience, how is it going to help your members over a period of time. Because no matter what type of content you create, be it your paid member, be it your not paid member, unpaid member, they will consume and they'll learn things from you. If you don't have videos, how do you think your credibility will go? One of the mistakes that I've did way back when I started my advertisements way back in 2019 was email sequences. I had email sequences. Those email sequences were linked back to an Instagram post. Does it make sense? You need to be sending people to a long-term asset. The content that you create on Instagram that gets lost after 9 posts, people don't even go back and see them, and it's not, no matter how much insane amount of value you're adding, Instagram is not the place where you add value. It's more on the lines of personal thing. It's more on the lines of people want to be a part of your personal life rather than the business life that you're doing. They want to learn stuff like that, but then if you think about it, where do people actually come and learn things? A YouTube channel. So YouTube channel has to be fired up with frequent and consistent videos over a period of time, so that when you're running advertisements, people are going to come inside your list. They're going to become your leads and they're going to get inside your list. Once they get inside your list, you have email sequences placed. When you have email sequences placed, what are those email sequences talking about? They are just a means of sending people, repurposing and redirecting to, okay, based on now priority, this is what you should be watching first. This is what you should be watching second. This is what you should be watching third. This is what you should be watching the 10th video. And likewise, you create your email sequences. So email sequences and YouTube channel is linked together always. Always when you think about writing an email, don't just send a message like join my webinar, buy this, like send them to a source where they get value first, where you can add value first, and that will lead them to a conversion. Point number 4 is automations has to be ready. Now, before even getting into Facebook advertisements, now if you think about it, when you run Facebook advertisements, people are going to come from Facebook advertisements to your landing page. They're going to get into a certain list. From the list, they are going to get reminders of value of your webinars, of your content, of your testimonials, of your so many things. And from that, they are going to come to your webinar. Once they attend your webinar, you're going to throw them a link, and that link will take them to a payment gateway. They make the payment over there. They either make the payment or they don't make the payment. If they don't make the payment, you retarget them. If when they make the payment, triggers happen behind the scenes, and that is going to get them, removes them from this list of being an audience, unpaid members, to paid members of the level they have invested in, and the sequence starts from there. They get inside the Google Sheet. They get enrolled in a course that they have invested in. So this is the whole process of the backend system. That's why the courses that you're completely focused on, like 100%, is just 2% of what you're focusing on, what should be focusing on. Courses is just one part of the game. I'm not helping you just create courses which is impactful. No, I'm creating, how can you create a course that has an impact as well as money? When money comes into picture, that's a business. When business comes into picture, there's a whole backend system that has to be taken care of. That's what the automation is all about. When people get inside your list, you should not be sitting them and sending one mail, then write another mail and just send them. You should not be doing that. Everything has to be systematically placed, and it's not going to take you 2-3 months to build a business. It's going to take a lot of time. You need to be investing conscious efforts of time in building a business. That's what we do in the Academy of Art and Science. Step by step. Yes, the goal is making XYZ amount of money. But you need to be taking step 1 here, then step 2, then step 3, then step 4. So automations has to be ready. Like at least an automation, I don't know, what is it at least over here? Let's say 10 days mail sequences in cold, warm and hot audience is like the minimum that you need to be creating. It's like if you're sending a mail a day to a person who got inside your list after watching your advertisements, getting into your landing page, what happens? Create 30 mails. 10 for cold, 10 for warm, 10 for hot. To start off with. 5th point, your website has to be ready. Now, why do people don't go to website, but then why website has to be ready is because it's like a digital resume, and when Facebook algorithm scans through what you're doing to see whether you're authentic or whether you're just a scam or whatever that is, website has to be, it scans through, what I know, it scans through the website as well, so that the Facebook algorithm thinks you are an authentic person who is running ads and doesn't block your ads and stuff like that, right? So website has to be ready. The 6th point is funnels has to be ready. Without funnel, how are you getting people without funnels, how are you getting people? There are a lot of ways to get people into your webinars, but then the best way to do that is get a subscription of $97, which looks like 8,000 rupees, but then if you see, it's going to do so much benefit to you, where you can have so many upsells and downsells and help you smoothen the journey, where you can, there's something called self-liquidating offer. the moment someone registers for your free workshop or webinar, what you can do, immediately sell them something before even they get inside your live session. And sell them a mini course, sell them a macro course, sell them a good course, sell them a life coaching course, whatever that is. You can sell so many things over there. So when you have a funnel, you can direct people to where you want them to head, and that's like a very marketing thing, but then it's going to make immense amount of impact as well as money. So that's why these two things are very important for me. It goes hand in hand. What? Impact and money, just like both hands. The sixth, seventh point is obviously, before even running advertisements, you need to be having webinar script ready with you and webinar presentation ready with you, because people rely more on visual learnings, and you need to be having webinar script ready with you. Be it great, be it bad, be it pathetic, be it whatever that is. Having a script, having a presentation ready with you. It can be on Canva presentation, it can be on PPT, it can be on a MindNote, it can be just like this what we do, it can be board, whatever that is. But you need to be having a sense, it's a flow of presentation ready with you, because with the moment Facebook advertisements are running, when they are running, you are expecting people to join your webinar anytime, like from start, you're hitting the launch button in your advertisements to the next webinar that you've got. You're expecting people to be here. It can be 0 shows, it can be 5 shows, it can be 100 shows, depending on how much you're investing. But then you are expecting people to come here, and when people come here, you need to be having webinar script ready. I had webinar script ready, but then what I did not had was the 8th point, product boxes. I had Canva 2D photos placed as a product box, selling for 10,000 rupees, and I was like, a dude, Fazil, if you are doing so many things for free, how people are going to see that you're doing something authentic? And you need to start working on your product boxes and stuff like that, and it has to look authentic. Yes. To select, we don't judge by a book by its cover, and the first impression is the last impression. I think we don't judge a book by its cover is set so that we can program ourselves, because we are the people who judge someone for the we judge book by its covers. Like literally we do that all the time. So that brings us to the conclusion of this video. We haven't talked about Facebook advertisement, but what are the 8 checkpoints that you need to know? You need not just know, you need to do before even running Facebook advertisements. The courses has to be ready, your YouTube channel has to be ready, your email sequences has to be ready, your automations has to be placed, because you are expecting people to come out. Since you're running Facebook advertisements, your website has to be ready because it scans through it. Your funnels has to be ready, because the moment you run advertisements, the moment they click the advertisement, they are going to go to a certain page. That's the landing page. That's the funnel that they go to. Once they hit that and they get inside your list and emails, they are going to come. You're expecting people to come and sit in your webinar, and you need to have that presentation ready with you, where you talk about the introduction part of it, where you answer their introduction part of it. You have questions over there, where you've got like 3 secrets, 3 cool concepts, 3 insider hacks that you can share about, for example, parenting, or for stress, and for recording, and whatever that, for swimming, for MMA, for calligraphy, for Arabic calligraphy, for designing, for painting, for driving, whatever that. You share those 3 secrets, then you have a sales pitch towards the end of the session, and then you invite them in your community and courses. That being said, and when you invite them to that part of the world where your community stands is, that's where your courses has to be ready. Now you can do a pre-sale. You can always do a pre-sale, but then see that 70% of the courses are ready, because what happens is we think we do a pre-sale and the courses might get ready towards the end, but then we again get procrastinated. There is word of caution over here. There's like again, there are 2 different thoughts over here. Either it can motivate you to do work, or you might get so overwhelmed that you feel like, okay, I don't know whether I can do this because people have paid me money. I don't feel like the content that I'm recording is of some value. I need to add more value. You get into that loop of adding more value and more value. Though adding more value is great for business, but then it doesn't start your business if you don't have the first version of doing something. That brings us to the conclusion of this video/podcast. Thank you so much for making this topic a part of your day, me a part of your day, this video/podcast a part of your day. I was planning to have 10 minutes. We went all the way to 15 minutes. Thank you so much. I'm going to see you in another cool, exciting video more on the automations and workflow from 14th April 2022. Thanks so much.
السقيم العليل وقد كان بالسقم دهرا طويلا.